just met, but we're acting like we go back. It's 3 a.m., but we ain't done yet, trying our best to make it last. Freedom running through us like an open. We're too high on being young, and there's still to race. We've got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives, and the rest of tonight for whatever feels right. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. One day we'll look back, just shaking our heads, but right now we're too fast to slow down just yet. We're doing it our way, just acting our age, just acting our age, just acting our age. We're too loud, we're too proud, we're too high.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. For two teams outside each other's division, this matchup has evolved into one of the great rivalries in the NFL. It should be a thrilling contest, and we can't wait to bring you the action. It's the Cowboys going up against the 49ers. So with that, let's get right out to the stadium. Brandon Godden and Charles Davis have the call on this Week 4 matchup.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the home of Super Bowl 50, Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. The winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And that win is one to build on. And when you have a chance to make it a second win at home, it's something to explode with. Let's see how they come out of the gate.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, fully healed from that shoulder injury last season. It's the 14-year veteran, Tony Romo.
One of the best ways to sum up Tony Romo, from undrafted to invaluable. The Cowboys need him on the field, under center, to realize their dreams of trying to get to the Super Bowl.
Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. And, Charles, we get a look here at the key inactives, and I tell you what, a big list for being this early in the season.
If there's any silver lining at all, you're hoping you can get these guys back, and now you'll play well down the stretch with them. But what you're also hoping is that the guys who have to play for them, the next man up mentality kicks in, and those guys take care of business.
And this one caught by Dez Bryant. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well, and most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
Second down following the run. To throw on second down is Romo. Bryant with a catch right side. And he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Let's go. Now a play fake here on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And the 49ers on the defensive side of the football.
Eric Reid is a safety that you can use all over on defense, both in the box as a tackler and back deep as a cover man.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Romo. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. 3rd and long here. It's Romo. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Get ready.
From the red zone now, Romo. And this one is incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Get ready. Ready.
On 2nd and 10, Romo. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Again, Romo. He dumps off to Morris. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Alfred Morris, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback, the former Missouri Tiger, Blaine Gabbert.
I remember scouting Blaine Gabbert in college, and watching him play, it reminded me of a great decathlete. That type of athletic ability with a really nice arm.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And Carlos Hyde's such a physical, tough runner. People talk about him changing his style. I don't think he should change a thing. And I know he wants to add catching the ball to his arsenal as well.
One thing's for sure. He said in the offseason he told us he's happy to be in a Chip Kelly offense, isn't he?
No doubt about it.
On 2nd down, Hyde. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? The starting 11 on your screen now, and the one we discuss is Torrey Smith.
You would do worse than to just call long pass plays and throw it to Torrey Smith. He can certainly take the top off of any defense.
They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
3rd and short yardage, Gabbert. And he finds McDonald. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
First down, Gabbert. He finds his receiver left side. This is Patton. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And a look at the defense for the Cowboys.
Morris Claiborne is a former first-round pick at quarterback with skills that can match up with anyone when he's at his best.
Eight yards to go here on 2nd down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense. Still 2nd down.
Following the penalty, it's Hyde. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
False start. Offense. Still 3rd down.
So a costly penalty and now a tougher 3rd down situation. Third and long for Gabbert. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
And another reception by Jason Witten, all reliable for Tony Romo. You know what they say, partner? Once you get your first 1,000 catches, it's all gravy after that.
Yeah, one of two tight ends. He and Tony Gonzalez in the 1,000-catch club in the tight end department. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 1st and 10, Romo. He's got time. Now Romo hit, and he loses the football. He had it jarred out.
On plays like this, where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Romo now to throw. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The penalty is declined.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Again, it's Hyde. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
3rd down, Carlos Hyde. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And take it right on the 30. And there's a flag on the play.
Return team. Automatic 1st down.
One back is Morris. On 1st down, Romo. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Romo. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Bryce Butler, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Now Romo. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Let's go.
This is Morris. Fighting through. Penalty marker is down here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
And his throw is incomplete.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still 2nd down.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Morris. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. So they'll give a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've hit the end of Q1. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Santa Clara after this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin Q2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Now the backup, Darren McFadden. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I have to admit to a little surprise here. And then down in distance, I would have thought they were going to throw the football. Instead, they decided to run it. But give credit to the defense. They weren't fooled at all and held them to no gain.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Bruce Ellington back deep for the Niners. Here's Ellington. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Our eyes shift to the defense of the Cowboys now. And they were able to halt them last time on 4th down. Was a great stand. They'll be looking for another stand here.
To be able to stand up against someone trying to go for it on 4th down, because obviously they went for it because they thought that they could get it, that they thought they had the right play call. Didn't happen. They're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves going forward and flexing the rest of this game.
And the offense will be trying to prevent that flex on this drive. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, Brandon, this is a former first-round pick, and he's been a bit of a disappointment in his career up till now, but he's still got room to grow. And this is an excellent play right here to come away with the football.
Getting set to go again, Tony Romo marches back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point.
How about a 6th-round pick that turns in 1,000-yard seasons his first 3 years in the NFL? That's Alfred Morris.
Yeah, that's productive. Fell off a little bit, though, last year in 2015.
And that's exactly why he's in Dallas and no longer in Washington.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. One back is Morris. He'll get the football here. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. To throw on 2nd down is Romo. And that's incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. Throwing on 3rd down, Romo. And there's a flag on the field. Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. And the yellow flag hurts this offense, and now they face a tough 3rd down. Third and long here. It's Romo. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Darren McFadden out of the backfield. And it'll be 4th down.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now back onto the field, here comes the Cowboys defense.
And now Big Mo's wearing a shirt of their color. They're hoping to continue that momentum in their direction, but maybe another pick.
Who's Big Mo? He's momentum, right?
Momentum, and right now he's hugging them.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense. Still 1st down.
from the shotgun. It's Gabbert firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? First down, a run with Hyde. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and they're going to face a third down. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now third and very short in order to try and pick up a first down. Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there pick up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They run it again with Hyde. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Hey, move 80! Move 80!
On third down, Gabbert. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Randy Gregory. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now Romo. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 2nd and 10, Romo. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
While it may seem like an every game occurrence, let's not treat it that way. Tony Romo's had some injury issues, right? He's starting to advance in years. To watch what he and Des Bryant did in this game, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and when they do that, they're hard to stop.
Yeah, they really are. Lots of connections, which means big-time offense, which usually leads to victory for their team.
One back is Morris. He's going to get the football. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Get ready.
They run again with Morris. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They come out here in the eye. Time running out here on the play clock. They run with Morris. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
They'll try the air now with Romo. Out left side here to Bryant. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Such a dynamic combination, Tony Romo and Des Bryant, and it has been on display.
Happy quarterback, happy receiver equals happy team. That's kept them in the lead in this game and made everyone feel good. And, hey, Des can be demonstrative now, but he's having a good time doing it.
Now it's Morris. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. A play fake to Morris. Now Romo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, James Hanna. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Let's go.
Romo now to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And there's a flag on the play. And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25.
Holding offense.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They'll give to the fullback on the dive. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Out of his end zone, Gabbert. He's got time in the pocket. Looking here for Smith downfield. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
He missed all of last year with a torn ACL and MCL, but it's so good to see Orlando Scandrick back on the field and making plays. Another interception for him.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll come out in the pistol. After the interception, here's Romo. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. Back to the booth right after this. A reminder coming up at halftime. Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before that. Just 2 yards to go here on 2nd down for the offense. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 2nd down, here's Romo. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Second and 10. Romo once more. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. So they've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? Bryant, the lone receiver, left.
50-50.
3rd and goal. Can the offense punch it in here from the 1? No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal? All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So it's an old-school extra point, but certainly a disappointment that they couldn't get 6.
Yeah, when you see 19-yard field goal in the box score, you kind of shake your head. But their head coach decided 3 was enough.
Ooh, with a juke. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They go back to the air here after the INT. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Gabbert. And he's got his man on the out route. 12 yards there as they move to James.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping, and drag it to make sure he gets it done.
Fresh set of downs here. A first down throw for Gabbert. Incomplete. Carlos Hyde was the target. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well. And he didn't get that done on that play.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Off play action to Hyde. Here's Gabbert. And McDonald here over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And quickly they get to the line. Gabbert on first down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
On 2nd down, Gabbert again. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Gabbert here again. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. They come out here in the eye. Here's a handoff to begin the drive to Morris. And he'll power his way up near the 25. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we send you across the country to Orlando, standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The 49ers secondary has held up to this point. The Cowboys have struggled to throw the football 2 straight weeks, so that's something they'll try to fix in the second half. All right, let's roll those highlights. Cowboys lined up at the 23. They're going to come away with another sack. This ends up as a loss of 7. Sticking with the same drive, Morris has got the reception, and now they get in for the touchdown. They strike first in the half. 49ers have it at the 44. Gregory's got the sack here. This one ends up as a loss of 6. So that'll do it from our studios in Orlando. For the second half kickoff, let's get you back out west to Santa Clara and Brandon Guy.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 5 yards will get him back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. Gabbard from the gun on 3rd down. Surveying the field. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a 1st down.
3rd time's the charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Penalty marker is down here. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all.
Holding offense.
Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Gabbert now on 2nd down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They run high. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the 1st down marker.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Gabbert. And he finds McDonald. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
Down! Black 22! Black 22!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
2nd down, Gabbert. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. On 3rd down, Gabbert finding time. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
A decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
Now after the made field goal, here's Dawson back out now to send this one away on the kickoff. Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Another pistol look here. Slot man moves right. They begin the drive with Morris. And he's got room. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
A play fake to Morris. Now Romo backing up. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Completed pass on second down. Now it's third down as the defense looks for the stop. They come out here in the I. Here's Morris. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now a first down throw. Romo. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Back to the air they go. Romo on 2nd down. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Always good to see Romo go back to his old staple, Witten.
There's no better friend for any quarterback than a really trusted tight end. You stand to great sight lines for the most part, passes right in front, able to deliver, and Tony Romo and Witten, they have a special connection.
On first down, Romo. He dumps off to Morris. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And the play clock's running down. Romo now to throw it. To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. From the gun on 3rd down, Romo steps away to his left. He may try and run. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Holding offense.
Black 22! Black 22! Tiger, tiger, tiger!
Out of the gun, Gabbert. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Bailey now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The defense for the Cowboys getting set to go. Gabbert on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Andrew Gachkar, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Second down, Gabbert. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down. And on third down, formation.
Like the call, what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here's Bradley Pena now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's fielded at the 34. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And he will find his man on the outside. It's a gain of 17 that time. And it'll be 1st down, Cowboys.
As a former defender, Brandon, the goal was always to tackle the receiver immediately after the catch. When you missed and gave up additional yardage, you didn't make anyone on your team happy. That's why I'm sitting here next to you.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Tony Romo on 1st down. Being chased out left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on 1st down.
That'll give them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on 1st down.
Back to the air they go. Romo on 2nd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Aaron Lynch from his outside linebacker spot. He gets him down here for a loss of 4. Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. 3rd and long here. It's Romo. Now Romo hit, and he loses the football. He had it jarred out, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
From the gun on third down. This one complete, right side to McDonald. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Gabbert now to throw on first down. Caught outright by Patton. Touchdown, 49ers. Quentin Patton, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. The 49er defense now heading back out there. And they forced the fumble last time. Now 4 turnovers for this defense. They've been darn good.
It's become a feeding frenzy, hasn't it? I mean, almost like the sharks. They descend upon their prey. That's what they've done this entire game. 4 takeaways, they preach it, and today they're living it.
Well, when you have that many, you probably think, all right, well, we'll just get another one now, right?
That's how it works. Everyone feels like, if I didn't get one, I'm doing something wrong.
And Bryant's got it over the middle. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On first down, it's Romo. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Aaron Lynch in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. So the D gets the sack on first, and now it brings up second down. Play clock winding down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Throwing on third down, Romo. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. Getting set to go here, we see Blaine Gabbert march back out onto the field. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for him.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And McDonald here over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain.
Illegal blocking the back. Offense.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Gabbert now on 2nd down. He's got time. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
That coach is always hard on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Going left side here, and it's complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Now that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
A 2nd down throw for Gabbert. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. So 3rd and medium here, 3rd and 5. From the gun, Gabbert. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Rod Streeter, the intended receiver. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
We've got a 3rd and 11. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. To throw is Romo. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on here to punt it away. And there's a flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Another tote for the afternoon workhorse. It's high, and he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Ten yards still left on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And there's a flag on the play. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Holding offense.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. 2nd down, Gabbard. He's got his guy. It's Patton over the middle. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
10 yards to go on 3rd. On 3rd down, Gabbard. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys will take over It's kind of interesting, the fumble there for the Niners. Last year in 2015, fewest in the league lost, only 5 of them.
And had a record that would suggest that they had a bunch of them, right? So it's really counterintuitive when you think about it, to only have 5 fumbles and really have the struggles they had during that season.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense.
Let's go.
Romo gives this one to McFadden. And they'll get him down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now Carlos Hyde gears up to take the field again. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence. Because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence. If they just get their assignments down, they get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
To throw, Gabbert, and he's got his man on the out route. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Gabbert to throw. Caught outright by Patton. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and short. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Gabbert. He dumps it to Hyde. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now Gabbert. And he will find his man on the outside. It's a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the jumped.
False start, offense.
Gabbert. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Down. Black 22. Black 22.
First down, Gabbert. His throw caught at about the 5. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Torrey Smith, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are back within a score.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part one of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick. Extra point try now for Dawson. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And the Cowboys are going to secure the football, and with it, they'll just about secure the victory as well. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Get ready.
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Down to a knee is Romo, and that should be all she wrote. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. And, Charles, when you pull out a close game, the good thing about that is maybe next time you're in a nail-biter in the fourth quarter, you have a little more confidence.
Yeah, you're talking about your memory muscles, right? When you win those close ones, you have that confident feeling that you can continue to do so every time you're in that position.
Now, that said, you would rather win by 60 points, or do you like the close ones too?
Well, I think everyone would rather win by 60. It's comfortable. Everyone gets to play. But when you win those nail-biters, dinner tastes just a little bit better that night.
So for the Cowboys, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. And we'll get ready for the trek back to the city as we say so long from Santa Clara.
What a great city it is. We're going to have a blast tonight.